Well, hey there team, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to Frostpunk. This is the game that we're revisiting today. Why? Well, why not? Frostpunk 2's on the horizon. I like revisiting games if I can daily. This did have a patch, I guess, that it popped up in my feed, but the patch added absolutely, well, very little. I think this monument got added that you can claim if you go follow them or something. That's okay, cool. You should follow them anyway, to be honest, because it's 11-bit studios. And everything they make is gold, and usually quite different too. They don't really do sequels, so it should be interesting to see Frostpunk 2. This is essentially a city builder set in a post-apocalypse. Very much dour subject material. God, this soundtrack is something else, isn't it? Dealing with miserable decision making in a horrible environment. Yeah, it's generally a pretty depressing game, but it's fantastic as well. Anyway, let's jump into it. We will just do the first main scenario. The other ones are sort of just smaller side things, which are cool, but the main one's where the meat is.
We roam the still, cold world. No horizon in sight. The rulers of old, stripped of pride and glory. It feels as yesterday we were turning the wheels of progress. Until the frost stopped it all. Suddenly, without a warning. When tides had changed, they changed for all of us, no matter wealth or class. We've lost our world to snow. And with it, our last traces of humanity.
That turn in the music is so good. You tell a story with a tiny cutscene and a great soundtrack.
We bid farewell to plenty. And for those who remained, came the time to adapt. We decided to leave our homes and head north. We roamed for weeks, maybe months, leaving behind
God, that's cool.
all the things we once believed had made us. It was hope that pushed us forward.
Yeah.
Slowly, step by step. We knew the cost of our journey, and we paid the price 100 times. Finally, the time has come to build the last city on Earth.
That's it, fire it up. Oh man, it's good to be back. What a game. What a studio. New home. We fled London and crossed the sea to reach the frozen north. On the way, our convoy was hit by a blizzard and scattered. A handful of us managed to reach the site of this generator, only to find it frozen solid and abandoned. Why is no one here? Did any of our people survive the blizzard? And are there any others out there? Whatever we do, we should expect the worst now that the world as we know it has crumbled. Okay? So we've got to get the bloody engine going. Need to get the generator working. Yep, cool. So it tutorializes you a little bit. It's fairly gentle. Get some coal. So we'll pause straight away. So one of the first things you want to do is get these stockpiles going. Now, God, it's been a while, and I went down a theory crafting hole with this. You build in rings. And what you can do is you can build like a little gathering station, because and I don't know how important it is this early on, but because you're sending them out into the snow and the cold and the awfulness, it's probably not a bad idea. Let's try that. Oh, look at that. We already don't have enough wood. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, right. So, there's a wood pile here, so we will send the boys to deal with that. Let's speed it up. And they make their way out into the snow. And it starts ticking the income while they're walking out to it, so it's not that big a deal. Might see about running a bit of road out to here. See if we can catch all of that with one gathering station. We're out of wood, that's okay. Don't stress. We need to build houses. I feel like... Is that wood as well? Let's do that. And... even that. Yeah, that might work. Up that wood income. Gathering post is 15 wood, 5 steel. We've still got a little bit of steel. Let's build there. Now, is that steel? It is. Let's get some boys on that. Gonna need 5. Here we go. Okay, cool. Hang on. So... let's crew that. Bloody min-maxing like crazy. Okay. We do need some coal, actually. 15. Give me that steel. Gathering post. How much can I snag? Probably that blob there. And then run that road back. So these are all sort of temporary buildings. 0... No, we can't have that. We need... Well, actually, why am I putting guys on there? Because that's the whole point of this gathering post, Scarlet bloody idiot. Is that they get... Essentially, it's all about... Where is it? This temperature thing. Which you can pull up the overlay. But essentially, the chances of them getting sick are much reduced. It's still all a bit random. What we really should do is just clear all these piles and work from those houses. I guess we could sort of staff up these while they build this. At least, so they do buildings during the night, which is good, as well as during the day. Housing problem, no roof over our heads. Captain! People are understandably concerned about the lack of shelter. They're falling ill from sleeping outside in this terrible cold. We'd better do something about it. I'll provide shelter for everyone. Big bloody talk there, Scarlet, but let's give it a red hot. What we want to do, I want to make a ring of roads, for starters. Let's start with that. What's going on here? Wisdom of the crowd. Captain, when facing demands, remember people usually look to the quickest solution and not the best one. You don't have to agree with them on everything that they ask for. If you fix the problem your way, it's fine. Thank you, game. One thing I forgot is that we've got the Book of Laws, which is essentially not a research tree, because there is a research tree. This is more of a cultural tree. Administration tree, whatever. Emergency shift, put children to work. I don't know about that. Radical bloody soup, food additives, fighting arena. I think we'll research emergency shift. So this thing has a cooldown. So if I was trying to min-max, I should have pressed this as soon as we started the game. Essentially, by enacting this edict, it's going to upset people because I don't like the idea that I can just press gang them into work anytime I want. But it comes at a cost, right? So this shit's not for free. The heating is off. Of course it is. Thank you for reminding me, game. I am so rusty. Alright, let's turn that on and watch it melt the surrounding area. That's so cool. Alright, so they're still building roads. So what we're actually going to do is delete out these adjoining roads at the moment, because there is, like, I won't go into it too much, but essentially this partition in the center and the buildings that go in it have a sort of flexible nature to them. You can see there, you might have to squint on the video, but it puts little holographic, whatever you want to call, transparent partitions for how many buildings you can fit in there, sort of thing. And depending on how you, like if I placed it like here, the partitions would then adjust to make up for my shitty planning. The point is, to min-max these rings is actually a bit of a task. You have to think very hard about it because of the flexible nature of it. Anyway, but my point is, let's just build houses with what we've got there. Now that's cut their roads off, but that's okay because we've got people building the new roads. We need more wood. What time is it? AM. We could probably take the discontent hit. So what we'll do is we'll enact emergency shift, even though I've left it late. Look at that, get a huge thing, but we're going to up our income during the night, which is kind of cool. Another thing that we could also do is partition the roads like that, now that I've sort of built those buildings, to encourage them to move between them, because I'm not sure if they'll cross country across here or not. I can't remember. Might have to pay attention. We've got people getting sick, so we'll have to deal with that. Oh, it looks like these guys are going cross country. Okay, so maybe they don't need the roads specifically. Look at the roads anyway. They've got the pipe running through them. That's so cool. Because it's like a steam delivery system as well. Yeah, now let's de-staff these, because that's probably not helping with the sickness situation. And if you go down here, you can actually see where all your workforce is. You can see that we've got 35 people available? Oh no, you can see unemployed, 30, 40, and then we've got kids that we sort of just leave alone. Cool. What we really want to do, we want to build a hospital, if we can help it, which should, as you can see there, it should take up the same partition as a house. So we'll get that built so we can deal with these crook people. We probably want to get another gathering post ASAP. Well, probably another 2. That's kind of what I want to do. I want to shore up the gathering post situation. Alright. Build another one out here. Nice. Alright, so staff the hospital, and you can only put engineers in because they're a little bit more advanced. Eggheads. What does that sound? Stockpile some coal. Provide shelter for everyone. Oh, that was the Book of Laws ticking over. And you can see it sort of has a tree, so we can put extended shift, which is exactly what we're going to do, right? Building a city in this frozen hell requires sacrifice. People will get more done if they work longer shifts. And that's exactly what we'll do. So we'll go around, and you now have the ability, or you should have the ability. No, that's on a 24-hour thing because I gave it. There we go. You can tell them work from bloody 6 till 8. And I'm going to do that, and they're not going to like it, and that's bad. That's tough titties. Hospital is always open, I believe. Okay, I think we're pretty good there. Let's just build some more houses. Music is magic. The generator hums with reassuring warmth, but we shouldn't take it for granted. If the generator goes down, the city dies, but be mindful of the coal reserves. Now, food. There'll be no food in the city. There'll be no city if we starve to death. Secure a way to provide raw food and build a cookhouse to prepare meals. Okay, okay. One thing at a time, thanks, game. So if we go to food, you can see here we've got these options. But we need more wood. So we need a hunter's hut, which is a bit oversized. You can see it sort of takes up 3 rows as well. We'll get to that in a minute. But for the now, for temporariness, we'll just plonk it there. Staff that. What's going on? Patience. 3 out of 5. What's going on with these 2 sick blokes? Why aren't they going to the hospital? So you can see here, 3 being treated. Want the others to unfuck themselves and get there as well. Okay, tint. We've actually got raw food already. You know what? I'm gonna run this emergency shift again. We'll take the discontent hit, but I want more wood. Let's staff this as well. Because I want this cookhouse, which we'll put there probably temporarily as well. Now we're running out of workforce. And someone's died. Now, I think this is more of a scripted event. It's because I've overworked them. Whatever. End emergency shifts for the day. We must make sacrifices. No, we must make sacrifices. Fuck it. You thought this was going to be easy? First death. One of our people has died. Oh, they want us to dispose of the body. I will go, people can take care of themselves because the Book of Laws is still on cooldown. But yes, we will arrange for sort of a funeral thing. People from our convoy. With basic resources secured for now, we can try to rescue the people we left behind. Build a beacon, scout Frostland, and save as many survivors from our exposition as possible. You'll need a workshop to design. Okay, cool. So workshops for research, and then beacon allows us to do sort of away team missions. If this seems familiar in a lot of contemporary games, it's because a lot of them copied the concept from this. I would argue Frostpunk set the scene for a lot of stuff that is now used as industry standard. Cool. So at least they will start cooking food, which is good. We've got enough wood to get more houses. That should be enough. Introduce a new law. Alright, well look, let's deal with funeral. Corpse disposal for later organ transplants. Or cemetery. I mean, I don't know. Cemetery sounds cool. Let's do that. Let people rest with dignity and respect. And now we'll have a mini mission that we should probably get around to actually actioning that as well. Alright? Workers needed. They want us to put children to work. Not now. Again, the Book of Laws is on cooldown, so there's not so much I can do about it. Hope rises because I fulfilled that promise, building the shelter, which is cool. Okay. What we really need is more workers, and in order to do that, we need to explore. There's the cemetery. Now, here's the thing. Those rings are too deep, and that's 3 deep. You can see the sort of height of the building. I don't know how else to describe it. I call it the depth. The radial length. That might be actually more accurate. Got to think about what we're going to do here. The issue is that as we leveled up, we're going to increase the heat and radius. So we're going to want to build further and further out again. Now, just the way that circles and space works, putting things like these further out on the circle will be much more efficient and putting the thinnest buildings possible to the center. You can also get these like steam generators to set up almost satellite areas which we will work towards. Which makes me think about potentially doing, you know, exactly that, like satellite builds. Let me think. Let me think about this. See, I've shot myself in the foot putting that building there, because I wouldn't mind building all the way out. For now, we'll just be sloppy, because we just need to get the buildings done. Now you can see this, actually, it's a good example. It's probably overly wide because of this wall, or this road that I put there. Yeah. Anyway, we're just going to do it, and then it's done. Tech, workshop. Workshop's an interesting one. You can rotate it somehow. Middle mouse click, there you go. You can make it 2D. Doesn't want to fit there though. Interesting. Let's just do that for now. Still got some more crook people. I don't like that. Where's my workforce? No one's working out in the snow specifically. Oh, there you go. Someone got well and got moved on. We've cooked up our raw food into meals. That's why this is sort of not functioning.
Time to rest, folks. Work's out for today.
Okay. No, where are our engineers? Oh, it was an engineer that died. That's no good. Storage near capacity. Ah. So, let's get the boffins in the research facility. And what we really want is, well, we do want the beacon for survivors. But the Steam Hub will really help me with my satellite conceptualization. So I think we'll do that. See, now you can't put engineers into the hunter's hut. Cemetery established. Multiple problems. Storage near capacity for the coal. This is great. It's a good problem to have. Okay, ceremonial funerals, soup, or food additives. You're kind of damned either way. You can feed them sawdust, or you can feed them soup. Eating soup causes discontent, and you will get people ill from eating food additives. So I'm gonna go with soup. You just gotta pick your demon that you have to manage, essentially. But then if you go down here, you can make it so they make soup. So you get a 2 for 5 to 2 as opposed to 4 to 2. Wait. Produce 4 from 2. Oh yeah, okay, so it's slightly better. It's not huge, but it's what we've got. Discontent going up again. And have a look at it. Citizen needs cold at home. What do you mean cold at home? Shut the fuck up. Controversial law, yeah, they're temporary. Overtime work, yeah, because I'm flogging everyone as hard as I can at the moment. Now, we just had a temperature shift, and you'll see everything's really cold. We don't actually have heaters researched, so there's not much we can really do about that. Max that since they're having storage issues. A child's plea. Captain, we found a boy frozen to the bone in the cemetery next to a fresh grave. He must have been there for hours. He wants you to call an emergency meeting. He says that if you agree, his mother will wake up to attend it. Oh, bit heavy duty. Family torn apart. Sir, a woman came forward after we built the workshop. She said that her husband and daughter didn't reach the city with the main group, but she's sure that they're still out there. She wants to join the first scout team that we'll send out, and she urges you to hurry. We will do what we can. We're still researching, aren't we? Yeah. Wood crates depleted. Now what's this saying? No gatherables there, so we can deconstruct this. Same as that as well. Looks like perfect timing. However, being out of wood is not a good thing. We need to come up with a system. In fact, we could deconstruct the road all the way back in as well. Get a bit stingy. Steam hubs researched. We need a wood solution, I think, faster than anything. Faster gathering's cool. Sawmill. Let's get the sawmill going. Because we do have a lot of wood. But for how long? Right? Construction. Steam hub. Well, this has kind of worked out perfectly here because I wanted to move this building. Potentially. So, if we extend this road all the way out. Right? And we build a steam hub. Something like there. We might be able to move these buildings. Hunter's cabin. Hunter's hut, whatever. I don't think the Hunter's hut has a temperature concern. Because they don't really staff it. But this does. Cookhouse. Either way. They're moving. They're moving either way. Not adjacent to street. Let's just build the street first. Nice. They should be kept warm.
Gather your tools. The shift is ending.
Yeah, perfect. Book of Laws. What's going on here? Ceremonial Funerals. Children. Fighting arenas. Let's go Ceremonial Funerals. Those who give their lives in service to the city deserve the highest honor. We'll give our dead ceremonial funerals to inspire the living. Sounds cool.
Hear me, hear me. New
Oops.
law in the city.
So let's staff that. We might leave that be for the moment just because they'll be out at night now gathering resources. How do I not have any workers? Oh, you know what? It's because they're going to be in that building. That's fine. We'll just leave it. We'll leave it for the night. How's our research going? It's going. What we could do is run another ring. Too deep. Because we're going to do the same thing again. Yes. Oh, people are getting crook.
Get to work.
Alright, let's destroy this.
There's plenty to do.
We don't have enough staff. What if we... Oh, there you go. Right, so that's not currently staffed anyway, so they'll get to it. They'll get to it. Sawmill research complete. Let's build that immediately before we forget. Oh, look at this. It's kind of perfect. Keep it warm out here. But we need to queue up some research. We need to get that beacon going ASAP. Beacon. There we go. I was going to say, when are you going to get around to deconstructing this? I know I've got the staff spare. Okay. We might have to move our cemetery, fiddly as that is. because I built it under the previous constraints.
It's off time.
Alright. Yeah, we're gonna actually... We're gonna reconstruct both of them potentially. It's hard because I can't get another outline of the cemetery. Let's see if we can measure it. What do you reckon? This would be a good experiment if nothing else. Can I put a road right there for reference? Yeah, good. So I'm going to dismantle the cemetery and look to rebuild it. Look at that. That proves my point. It was a tiny bit longer. I think it was. Like half a nub. If we deconstruct this, we might get the same sort of result again. I know this is a little bit wasteful, but in the long run it's probably not that bad. You can see it partitions against the entire segment, right? Now, the real question is, the research workshop, how does that play nice with the segmenting? It's not super clear to me. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know, put it like it, because we're going to need to build more houses for sure. And that's sort of like 3. 3 and 6 to there. Five, 6. Yeah, I think that's fine. I think that works actually. Let's just do it. It's just that one's like 5 and a house is 3. Should remember the research. Anyway, I'm getting too sucked in. I need to watch the clock. So there you go, a bit more Frostpunk. I thought I'd revisit it, shout it out, let people know it's an oldie but a goodie. I would be happy to keep playing it if people want to see some more, so let me know if you do. Otherwise, team, we might just leave it there for the time being and I'll catch you guys on the next one.